Oh, a big wand of vibrating goodness. Look at that. Honorable men, welcome back to the carport. Today on the remedy table, we'll be satisfying the itch of Joe Everyman. Yes, that there is a man out there that the women find handsome and don't find handy, and some of those Wally World Tool type buy-in guys might actually subscribe to the idea of watching tooly videos on the boob tube without having the wherewithal to save their hard-earned Canadian Deutschmarks on a proper school set of tools. Now, I normally wouldn't split, holler, and revolt at the idea of all 200,000 subscribers not being the engineering type, so rather than fight an uphill battle, I will pander to the lower class of tool users and tear down this lowest of the low, the Chinesiest of the cheap, the blackened fucker. I mean, this fucker isn't even lithium. We got a Nicholas Cagium battery, 12 volt. So let me clear off this fucker of a shit stain of a tool bench and we'll get started. All right, now that things are cleaned up, I just wanted to show you, 69 Canadian peso set of drill bits and tool bag is a good deal. I mean, it comes with all the Chinesium bits you'd ever need, just in case you didn't have a set of Kookum drill bits at home, your own universal screwer, so you can screw the old lady. But yeah, this thing came with all this for $59.99 of your Canadian Deutschmarks. So let's get her torn down. We'll see what the hell makes this thing Chooch. So yeah, you want to be making sure that you're careful taking apart these Nicholas Cagium batteries, just to make sure that the magic fairies inside don't come bite ya. Ooh, look at that Kookum battery. It's about to come out and bite ya. So, what's nice about the tool set is it came with the little bit. Yeah, focus, you fuck. Focus. Fuck. Oh, there you go. See, I got a voice-operated fuckery. So yeah, what's this battery? Nickel fuckium. Or nickel cadmium, depending on how you're looking at it. Now, the 12 volts, that means that these are each 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1.2 volts. Wired in series. 12 volts of amazing fairy power coming out of this bank of cells here. So if we gotta touch this thing, you see we're getting 13.5 volts out of this thing. That's the first gain I've ever seen out of a terrible tool like this. Usually 12 volts equals 18, but in this case you're getting more magic fairies coming out of this. But with these terrible cells, I wouldn't count your chickens before they're laid. Let's go ahead and we'll measure just for fun of it. What are we getting out of each cell? 1.3 volts. So I'm going to do the math. Oh, it's negative volts, but yeah. Anyways, 1.3 volts. So we times that. That's about 14. There's a voltage loss in here somewhere, and I have a feeling it's just the chintzy anorexic way they put this battery together. I mean, it looks like someone made a firework station inside of your drill battery. Let's check. She lifts up her dress to reveal, oh, a big wand of vibrating goodness. Look at that. So, you can see, this is just your Joe Everyman type of apparatus. You got, look at this switch. This anorexic switch. You can barely even feel it. And then you can see, because Black and Duker, yeah, just switching around the diodes in there. You see this here, that's only 27 gauge wire. This is barely going to take the 12 volt rands that go into the charge machine to get back to this here. Oh, and look at this. Look at Slidey. I can't even believe your focus. Fuck yeah, see? This could just fall right off, right on your right in your ball bag when you're doing a 2 times throw in the middle of the night, eh? Now I've got Mr. Hottie up here, the soldering iron, bumped up to 1,000,000 degrees. She's hot, and you can see you could melt a skookum coocher right through this chooch. I mean, this thing's barely at 100 degrees, and you're melting right through this ABS junkaroony. You see she's printed in here. And let's see, I didn't hear any glass fibers, but let's see, can we melt up some glass fibers in here? All right, so let's get Mr. Torchy out, and we'll see. Look at that. It's burning like your first birthday cake without all of the glucose fructose icing. I mean, how safe is that? All right, let's get back, move on. So now we're into the meat and potatoes of this brushed motor here, the B9 Focus. Here we go. The B90559480. Now I looked this up on the Super Information Superhighway, and I don't see really. This is just a fancy brushless motor from the People's Republic of China. There we go. But we're gonna get General Pow's motor off of here. Ooh, there's a magneticity in there. That's wonderful. No, fuck. There we go. Get this thing off. We'll see how the hammer drill portion of this piece of junk works here. So we got a set of planetary gears in here with a gear reduction of sorts, and it seems that does not sound pretty. I think I just that just fell out of there. Anyways, yeah, got a chuckless design here, and they said these planetary gears, let's see if we can get that out of there. Ooh, bearings, look at that. And there's all kinds of goop in here, scoop 'em, gook 'em, and it looks pretty dirty to me. Now, am I gonna, I'm just gonna lose all the ball bearings, I guess. That can't be good.
You see that ring? That's fucking cockeyed by like 3/16. Oh man, give your head a shake, the wilt. Oh man, that Liechtensteinian beauty got us all spoiled there. Healthy. There was no fuckery like this. That thing was a skookum choocher. Just look at this. You can see that with your bare eye. 100 thou. How the hell did that get through QC? The Walt. It's German, right? About as German as Budweiser simulated rice wine beverage. Not to beat a dead horse, but pass me that ugly stick. Check it out. Proudly made in the USA.
Oh! Hi there, TJ from CanadianProductReviews.com. And obviously I was doing a spoof of this wonderful channel, AvE. It's this engineer mining guy from Canada. He reminds me of a lot of guys I've worked with in the past in the mining industry. He does teardowns of tools. He really gets into the nitty gritty, and I thought I could do a whole video talking like him, but oh my god, my voice hurts. So after that intermission, go check out that channel. It's amazing. I hope he sees this, but if he doesn't, who gives a fuck? I had a lot of fun doing this. He encouraged me to take, I keep buying them. Black and fucker drills, mostly because I already have the batteries, but my very first, we were taking apart my very first drill that I bought on my own, or one of them. I might have had a job mate before that, but anyways, it still worked, but the battery obviously just, these nickel cadmium, after a couple of years, they stopped fucking working right. So I also had another version of this drill that was a little bit better than this one, a little bit more skookum, if you could call it that, the chuck fucking fell right off of it. So I took it apart and I tried to fix it, and the chuck stamped on. There's no way I was going to do it. It's actually a lot like this one with the planetary gears and whatnot. So what I thought was I'd make a video parodying AvE's channel whilst I got to the nitty-gritty of these motors and seen if I could adapt the hardware that was in my lithium drill that broke into this nickel cadmium drill, and that way I could have two of these. I mean, you can see this looks identical to the one I just took apart, and it's lithium, just the base is a little different. So I want to see if there's some way I can, you know, in a pinch I could use it, both drills at the same time. So we'll see if I can get this back together, and I'll finish the video up in just a second. Real quick here, as per an AvE video, I figured out that there is a screw inside the chuck. So we're going to take this apart. There we go, and see how it works. Oh my god, it took me forever, but I got this together and it works. So that's the original lithium motor inside the nickel cadmium motor spot. This is all chooching in together. Figured out to get the chuck off, you need to basically take that off. There's a nut inside there, and then you put some sort of Allen key in here, chuck it on, and then you can pull it off. Oh, baby's crying. What's wrong, chickadee? And by chickadee, I mean Gibson. Yeah? Want to see Daddy's camera? He's almost done his video. Look at the fucking mess. Hey there! Alright, let's sum this video up. Oh, goodness. And I want to give a big shout out to AvE, the channel. This man's a very smart man, way smarter than me, obviously some sort of doctor of technical specifications or something, because he encourages us to take apart our shit, learn how it works, and maybe at the end of the day you come out with something that works. So here's a nickel cadmium drill with a lithium battery in it. I mean, look at the hot snottery in there. Isn't that awesome? That's how I got that to fit in there, because the battery for this does not match up with the lithium one at all. So just to sum up, I had a lithium drill, it bit the dust. I tried to fix it, it didn't work. So I went out and bought this cheap, it was like, seriously, it was like $59.99 with those tools. But it was still a lithium one, still had the 20-volt battery. And then I just took apart a nickel cadmium drill that I bought like 5-10 years ago when I first got my first house, and because the batteries suck on them, they're terrible, those metal cadmium ones. So I made it work with the 20-volt lithium, and all I had to do was replace the motor and some of the guts in here and bench grind some of this shit so that the batteries fit in there. So how long is that gonna last? I don't know. But AvE, I really do thank you for making this place a fucking mess. I hope you liked the video. Subscribe. You know, I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I do it for a reason. I think it's really fun, and I'm off right now, so it gives me an outlet to do some work and kind of get more acquainted with my son and my tools and shit. So I hope that this YouTube channel goes somewhere, but if it doesn't, at least I had some fun and I learned some cool things along the way. So thanks guys, subscribe, have a good day. I'm gonna go play with my son, and then I gotta clean this mess up before my wife gets home, because fuck, am I ever gonna be in trouble. And Bob's your uncle. Now, I'll admit that took me a little longer than I would have wished, but I unlocked it using the handle that easy. Now, if you're really clever and you see the keys, these are usually long enough in the car, scoop the keys out.